questions were fired daily while I was in the midst of uncovering more facts and figures. I was then in the midst of uncovering more facts and figures. But of course, at the same time, I need to fend off the questions fired at me. But surprisingly, of course, today I have the opportunity here to ask Keat in front of everybody. Until today, I'm still wondering why at the point of time questions seem to be more focused on the minister, that is me, OTK, rather than the real culprits who were then still well and kicking and who are still at large. You know what I mean? And until today, I'm still harboring that kind of skeptical views. Why then? Is it because of my position, both as a minister as well as the president of the particular party? I mean, that is the question I would like to ask, of course. Ladies and gentlemen, of course, I mean, when I say this, I have no ill feeling whatsoever. Just a point of interest. Because sometimes, of course, you can't stop a person from harboring such curiosity, right? Ladies and gentlemen, after such uncovering effort has come to the conclusion with the release of the Price of the House report, and when many reforms are being progressively reversed and dismantled, I have reasons to lament that our custodians of justice within and outside the Parliament are, however, deafening silent. I would expect more questions to be asked at this juncture, more questions to be directed, not just at PKA, of course not bobbing anymore, the present board, as well as the minister, as well as the government of the day. No doubt today I'm still attached to the ruling party, but I would love to see that questions to be asked. And I must share with you, ladies and gentlemen, as a backbencher now, be a backbencher in the house. Now I did not forget my duty and my commitment to the cause, and I have been raising questions pertinent to PKFZ time and again, whenever I had the opportunity. Unfortunately, quite a number of my questions were thrown out on the ground of sub judice. Of course, occasionally, questions asked by me were given very brief answers that are less pertinent to the point. Ladies and gentlemen, sometimes, now, as a human being, of course, we have human weaknesses. Me too, I'm of no exception. And of course, sometimes I've been asking myself, is it that the whistleblowers deserve to be crucified, while the real perpetrators, the culprits, they could be spared or even allowed to get off hook? This is the kind of sentiment sometimes bothering me. And perhaps, ladies and gentlemen, I would wish to see that all our discerning Malaysians who are here today, we are here not just to manifest, not just to witness a book launch, but rather we are here to manifest our commitment to the cause, our commitment to what? To the culture, inculcation of transparency and accountability, especially within the establishment. Ladies and gentlemen, when I say that I wish to see crooks or culprits be punished, of course, I'm not suggesting that justice is merely about retribution, of seeing the culprits being put behind the bars. That is not enough. Don't forget that we have yet to recover the hefty sum of money that have been drawn, that have been siphoned out, that have been overcharged in one way or another. And at the same time, ladies and gentlemen, of course, not to forget that the main aim, the main purpose, I presume, Wabing might have the same thought as well. The main purpose of producing this book, the main purpose for me sometimes to brag, not to say to brag about it, but to revisit the issue proper, is to remind our fellow Malaysians that let us do whatever we can to ensure that there is no repetition whatsoever of this magnitude in times to come. Ladies and gentlemen, of course, in the past 3 years, I still remember, in the past 3 years, now this issue, PKFZ, on one hand, it was deemed sensitive. It is still deemed sensitive. And on the other hand, it is totally oblivious in the mainstream media. And I'm happy today our fellow Malaysians are still here to render your support, not just to Kwame, but to the cause. And I wish to see that, ladies and gentlemen, now end of the day, now we need to do more. We need to do more in order to firstly to recover the money, and secondly, we need to make sure that this project would ultimately be turned around. This is something that is lacking, unfortunately. Ladies and gentlemen, in addition to what I said earlier, now there have been quite a number of corporate practices which are deemed proper and appropriate, such as practicing whistleblowing policy, in arresting malpractices, not just in the PKFZ, but in all the port authorities, installing transparency in reporting the PKFZ facts and figures, especially on the occupancy rate and rental revenues, the appointment of independent directors who constitute 1/3 of the board, as well as entering into the integrity pact. All this, I remember, Paul, you have a hand in it, right? And all these unfortunately have been dismantled progressively in stages, deliberately, following the change of guards in MOT in 2010, June 2010, and later on PKA. And today, ladies and gentlemen, I presume we have just read the newspapers, we have just read the news on the news portals. The latest withdrawal of complaints to the respective professional bodies against professionals who work hand in glove with PKA and the turnkey contractor has further revealed such a disappointing scenario.